What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is Chu here from Choose to Explore, where I teach you to see the world
and save $1.
So we just recently went to St. Lucia and we had an amazing time. You can actually see our experience linked right above.
Yes, so St. Lucia is definitely a gem in the Caribbean. There's great sights, great food, and we had an overall amazing time.
But in order for you to have a good time, it's really important that you know the entry requirements in order to get into the country. So stay tuned and we'll tell you all about them. So everything that we mentioned in this video is based on our own experience as well as the St. Lucia website, which you can find linked below right in the description as of September 2021. So the number one thing you need to do as soon as you book your flight and your hotel is really go back to that stlucia.org website and fill out the travel authorization form. This form needs to be completed as soon as you can, but no less than 7 days prior to your departure. However, if your booking is last minute, you can send the form that you complete to the email link down below and they can expedite the process for you.
So the second really important thing that we want to go over is the negative PCR COVID-19 test. So this goes for whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. Everybody needs one of these.
So St. Lucia actually requires negative COVID-19 results no later than 5 days earlier than your departure. So hypothetically, if you're leaving on Friday, no earlier than Monday, you need to have a negative COVID-19 results.
Also of note, you need to have the nasopharyngeal swab rather than a saliva test for the COVID-19 PCR results. So as soon as you get your negative COVID-19 test results, you'll need to add those to your travel authorization form. So right now, we'll give you an example of how that kind of looks and how it'll go. So first thing that you're going to do is type in stlucia.org/COVID-19 and you'll be brought to this website.
So from this screen, you're going to click here for the travel registration form. You're going to enter your information here.
And then once you're authorized and approved, the screen will look like this.
And it just tells you that you have been approved to travel St. Lucia. Please download and save the travel authorization certificate, and that screen should look like this.
Okay, and the third thing that we need is the health screening form, which looks like this.
And it's really important that you have all three of these forms, the negative PCR test, the travel authorization form, as well as the health screen form printed and ready to go at the airport. When we were there, I saw a lot of people actually get denied boarding because they didn't have these forms filled out prior to departure. So be sure to have them there.
So once you land in St. Lucia, your documentation is checked once again, and you'll also be going through some more screening.
So this is when things get different between vaccinated and unvaccinated travelers.
So if you are vaccinated, you need to show authentic proof of vaccination with your last dose received within 14 days.
For us, we really just showed our vaccine card and had no issues. If you are fully vaccinated, you are identified with a white wristband that goes around your wrist and you're supposed to wear it for your whole trip in St. Lucia. What's really important with accommodation is whether you're in an Airbnb, a resort, or any place that you choose to stay, it needs to be COVID-19 certified. So we actually stayed in the Airbnb, and you can actually see a tour of our place linked right above. It had amazing views all over the island. However, when you are booking an Airbnb, just make sure to reach out to the host beforehand to make sure it is COVID-19 certified. And this also is the same for transportation. It needs to be COVID-19 certified transportation for you to go anywhere around the island.
Also to note, only if you are vaccinated can you rent a car.
We actually rented a car and saved a ton of money and were able to go all around the island independently. So if you are there and want to explore a little bit of the island, fully vaccinated, it really helps a lot. Next, we're going to discuss curfews. So when we landed on a Saturday, there actually was a 4 p.m. curfew. And on the Sunday, we didn't know that there was a 1 p.m. curfew. Also, Monday through Friday, there was a 7 p.m. curfew.
So we had no idea about this, which is why it's extremely important to check that stlucia.org website beforehand.
Our first night, we actually couldn't get food, groceries, or anything because it was after curfew when we landed. So super important that you know this information beforehand so your resort or your Airbnb can get you food and groceries beforehand. And of note, the St. Lucia curfew and restrictions are constantly changing. So it's really important that you keep up to date with what these are.
And of course, you want to make sure that you're wearing your mask and are socially distant.
And lastly, to get back into the United States without any hiccups, you need a negative COVID-19 test within 72 hours of departure.
And that test can be either a PCR or a rapid antigen test.
We got the rapid antigen test because it's cheaper and you get results usually within a day.
And many accommodations and resorts have access to COVID-19 testing on site, so it's very convenient.
So just check with your resort, your accommodation, or your Airbnb. We had our Airbnb, which was amazing, and they even let us take our COVID-19 test there as well. But if your accommodation doesn't have this luxury, there are going to be other places linked in the description where you could get COVID-19 tests across the country.
So even though St. Lucia is an extremely luxurious destination and you may think it's very expensive,
we actually did this whole trip for under $1,200, and that includes flights, hotels, destinations, rental car, food, you name it, we did it.
So our goal is to help you see the world and save $1.
So please be sure to check out our other videos, like, comment, subscribe to see our other content to see how you also can do the same.